Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and what a glorious morning this is. I hope you enjoyed the exquisite hospitality our host, Francesco Lauro, and his associates arranged for us in a truly magnificent surrounding last night. Thank you, Francesco. Thank you all in the studio Legale Lauro. Yesterday, for the sake of those who joined us this morning, we had a full and busy day with three sessions on follow the money, shipping and the law, and innovation, 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 with a galaxy of top speakers and then panels which answered questions and contributed to the success of the first day. Our first session this morning is entitled The Art of Shipping in the World We Are In. Very poetic and inspiring, I would say, especially in a building with such beautiful and magnificent masterpieces as this one. Would you agree? Should I attempt, ladies and gentlemen, to paraphrase for the purpose of this session J.F. Kennedy's definition of politics, that is, that politics is not so much the art of the feasible as the art of knowing what is feasible. I would say that the art of shipping is not so much about knowing much or even everything about it, but knowing when and how, what is necessary in order to buy ships, order new buildings, sell ships, scrap ships, charter ships, have them laid up, and with the utter purpose of enabling an operator to run a profitable business. My long association with shipping, with the industry, has convinced me that no one can claim that he or she knows everything about it. Ours is an industry so complex and complicated that one risks to be considered naive if he or she claims that they know everything that is to be known about shipping. One like me, who has spent most of his professional life in the regulatory sector, will find himself in deep waters when moving into the private sector and struggling to understand how chartering, manning, insuring, reading the markets, and making decisions as to when and how to draw money from banks and/or capital markets, or when to buy, build, and sell ships, how, in one word, shipping functions nowadays in a tough, competitive world, and vice versa, or when one who excels in maritime academia immerses himself in public or private sector business in shipping. And this is what establishes shipping as an art. Together with designing beautiful, graceful ships, as artistic naval architects have been doing for decades in this country of yours. What comes to mind is, for example, the Rex, which decorates the boardroom in Rena's headquarters in Genoa, the Cristoforo Colombo, the Raffaello, the Michelangelo. And the question is, are modern ships beautiful? I must say that I don't think they are. They are fit for purpose, but they are not beautiful. They make use of the last square inch for the purpose of increasing the number of passengers on board, but they are not beautiful. This morning we passed by one of the largest passenger ships, cruise ships in the world, the Allure of the ships, of the seas. That was the second largest ship ever built after the Oasis of the seas, of the Royal Caribbean. It's a magnificent ship. It's an impressive ship. I wouldn't say it is not a beautiful ship because I may run in difficulty myself, but that's how I feel. And we are talking about shipping as an art today. Shipping is without doubt the most international of all the world's great industries. The ownership and management chain surrounding any particular vessel can embrace many different countries. It is not unusual to find that the owners, operators, shippers, charterers, insurers, and the classification society, not to mention the officers and crew, are all of different nationalities. And that none of these is from the country whose flag flies at the ship's stern. This said, you may wonder yourselves, in which other sector of human activity can one meet a businessman who has his headquarters in one country, say Greece, draws capital from another country, say the UK, signs a contract for the building of a ship in a third country, say Japan, makes use of the flag of a fourth country, say Panama, charters his ship bareboat to an operator from a fifth country, say Germany, who uses a manager someone else from a sixth country, who uses as manager someone else from a sixth country, say Singapore, who in turn recruits the crew from a seventh country, say the Philippines, before he starts operating his ship between an eighth country, say Brazil, and a ninth country, say Australia. The ship may be classed with a classification society in a 10th country, say Italy, insured in an 11th country, say the United States, and have its accounts managed in a 12th country, say India. Moreover, ships themselves spend their economic lifetimes moving between different legal jurisdictions, very often far away from the country of their registry, as they carry the raw materials, goods, and products that underpin the global economy. There is therefore an overarching logic in favor of a framework of international standards to regulate shipping, standards which can be adopted by all and accepted by all. Enter IMO. Putting art aside, how can we commit such a sacrilege in the country of Michelangelo, Raffaello, and Leonardo da Vinci? This session provides for an array of other interesting topics, of which the refugee crisis in the Mediterranean will, I'm sure, generate stimulating discussion. And therefore, without further ado, I would invite to the floor the first speaker this morning, which is Mr. John Spike, an art historian, who will speak on Caravaggio and the 7 Acts of Mercy. Mr. Spike, please.